The executive editor of the New York Times is pushing back against criticism that the newspaper has received for its coverage of the 2024 election. In an interview with Semaphore, Joseph Kahn responded to attacks from some on the left who say the Times reporting is too critical of President Joe Biden and could enable Donald Trump to win back the White House. There's so many things wrong with that right there. There are people out there in the world, quote, who may decide based on their democratic rights to elect Donald Trump as president, Kahn says. It's not the job of the news media to prevent that from happening. It's the job of Joe Biden and the people around Biden to prevent that from happening, to say that the threats of democracy are so great that the media is going to abandon its central role as a source of impartial information to help people vote. That's essentially saying the news media should become a propaganda arm for a single candidate because we prefer that candidate's agenda. Oh, this is so interesting. Joining us now, editor-in-chief of Semaphore, Ben Smith. He conducted that interview with Joseph Kahn. He's also the author of the 2023 book out today in paperback entitled Traffic, Genius, Rivalry, and Delusion in the Billion-Dollar Race to Go Viral.
You know, Ben, you can go online for 5 seconds and find examples of the Times being hammered for being too anti-Biden, too anti-Trump, too anti-Israel, too anti-Palestinian. It's just, it goes with it, even though it's seen as a center-left newspaper. The goal is to play it straight down the middle. Talk about the frustrations that the executive editor is feeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's a moment when Democrats really want the media in their corner, and what a lot of people see is this basically battle over democracy. But what's happening inside the New York Times is a sense that during particularly the summer of 2020, they aligned themselves too much with particularly a kind of progressive wing of the Democratic Party, on account of their staff, on account of the sort of cultural forces. And I think Kahn sees his job as pulling the institution back from what he called excesses in that moment. Kind of inconvenient time, perhaps, for Joe Biden, for the Times to be kind of symbolically focused on dragging itself back from that brink.
Yeah, what did Marty Barron say at the Washington Post? We're going to work, not war. It seems to me that even if readers look at these newspapers and sense that seems like they're going to war against some of the more extreme elements of Donald Trump's platform, against his future plans. Again, the editor, people in the newsroom, their job's not to pick sides, their job's to report the facts. And of course, in my opinion, because we don't have to play it down the middle, the facts are heinous enough to speak for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a question of what is exactly does it mean to play it down the middle? Is the job of the media to fight for democracy, or in a democracy do we have this very constrained, specific lane, and we're supposed to stay in it? And I think, in some sense, what the Times is deciding is the second option there.
So.